Kate has a great question. It's kind of along the lines of what we touched on, but it's put in a really good way. So I'm going to read it out. She says, "Guys, did your strategy change at all last moment after today's events?" So it's kind of a different spin on what we were talking about. So, is there anything you're doing differently? I guess is another way you could say that, right? Tim, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. For me, no, because every day I know what my edge is. I know that my edge is profitable. So if I wake up one day and my edge is not there, I will, use the term sit on my hands. I just won't trade until that edge presents itself. And I feel that discipline to do so is actually something that is very important. It'll also keep you in check so that you don't take, you're not forcing any trades that you wouldn't normally take. So if you're kind of adapting to something that happened just today and you don't exactly have a strategy for that, it might not pan out too well for you.
I like that. Yeah. So basically let the market come to you versus you always trying to chase after the market, essentially.
100%.
Nice. I like it. Very nice. Simon, what about you?
I think for me, it's a case of, hang on, I've got some chickens. I think there is some relevance for the chickens. I think for me, it's just a case of adapting to the volatility. If I'm trying to trade, if I think there's going to be, let's talk about that pin bar earlier on the S&P that's not working very well. Let me give my sad face a second. We'll just have a discussion around that. So, classic pin bar candle here where we have a large wick. I'm going to really zoom into this so people can see it. We have a really large wick. And then, can I make that fatter? I can't. That's a zoom again. Anyway, we have a very large wick. We have that little body here. Then we have a tiny little pin on top, the pin bar. So if we were going to trade the pin bar reversal, we anticipate further upside. We would get long on the break of the top, but then we'd put a stop below the low. So we'd obviously have to make sure that our stop is sufficient distance, and then our risk management was also proportionate to that stop distance. Whereas if this were on a 5-minute time frame, then you'd probably have higher leverage, you'd probably have a tighter stop. So my adaptations would be looking for the same sort of patterns, but on different time frames, and just making sure the stops and limits are appropriately set. And of course, then the risk is divided by the stop. People say, what position size you trade at? It's like, well, it depends on the stop. Always take your position size and divide it by the stop you need. And then you should have a degree of consistency in that respect. So that would be the way I would adapt.